Hi there, Nicola from Soul Dance Circus here. Welcome to your tutorial on isolations. So basically what's happening here is we want to move the hoop in space without changing its position. So if you want to grab the hoop as if you're holding onto a steering wheel to begin with, and just circle your hands so that the hoop rotates but it maintains the same position in space. This is the effect we are after. So how do we do that with one hand? I would recommend first grabbing onto the top of the hoop with your palm facing up. So now, starting from the shoulder, I'm going to draw a circle, keeping the hoop in the same position, as far as I can until I can't go any further. So maybe just practice that a few times first. Backwards and forwards, trying to keep the hoop in the same position. Awesome. So what happens now when we get to this side where we can't move any further? We're going to do a grip change. So what's going to happen is I'm going to open up my hand, let the hoop roll on the back of my hand, and then re-grip. And that puts me in a position to continue the rotation. So we can try that on its own to begin with first. So grabbing a hold of the hoop at about 3 o'clock, palm facing out as if we've just done our circle. You can use your other hand for support to begin with. And we're going to open up our hand, roll along the top, re-grip. Let's reverse, go again. Then when you feel like you've got that without holding on with the other hand, you can practice just going backwards and forwards with one hand. Trying to make the transition as smooth as possible. I generally start at about 3 o'clock and I grab on somewhere around 10, 9 o'clock again. There's a few schools of thought here. Some people like to change really quick. I personally prefer to try to do a long and smooth change, but find out what works for you. So now that we've got those two little drills to practice, circling from 12 o'clock till 3 o'clock, and then our changing position with the hand, we can try to put it all together. So a few little troubleshooting things about this. One, if you have a mirror, it's wonderful to practice in front of a mirror. If not, look through the hoop. Don't follow the hoop with your gaze because you won't understand where it is in space. So look straight ahead if you don't have a mirror and use your peripheral vision to gauge where the hoop is. 2, keep your wrist and hand nice and straight and strong. As soon as I do any kind of twisting or rotating of my wrist joints, see how much the hoop moves in space. So we want to avoid that. So we want to keep our wrist joint completely still, or as still as we can, and keep a nice straight line. Third, the most common place where we lose the position is obviously where we do the grip change. Sometimes we tend to change and just go straight across. So our hoop drops. So while you're doing the grip change, really think about continuing the circle upwards at the same time. So we don't get that telltale drop of the hoop. So this is quite a difficult skill that takes a bit of practice. So don't worry, however long it takes you. It's also a really good shoulder workout. So I would recommend practicing with your other hand as well. It's going to be a bit wobbly, that's okay, but this is great for our left-right brain connection and also to keep ourselves balanced because it is a little bit of a shoulder workout, especially if you have a heavy hoop. So another drill I like to do to practice this is circling twice with one hand, swapping hands, circling twice with the other hand, swapping again, circling twice, swapping, circling twice. Just so we're getting that nice balance between both sides and then doing it the other direction. So I was doing my wrong hand and wrong direction here on my left hand, which was quite difficult. So now we can go the other way. So swap hands, 2 circles. So I like to change every 2 circles. So I go 2 circles, swap hands, pause, change direction, swap hands. You can also start practicing trying to get a smooth transition when you swap hands, and that way you're practicing both hands and both directions. So isolations is a great foundation trick that then leads into Other variations like two-handed isolations, iso pops, and other forms of isolating